If you really want to learn something about magic in the Sixth World, it's best to go to somebody that knows a thing or two about slinging mana. Hello everyone, and welcome back down here to the Gamer's Den with me, your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire, here to talk about Magic of the Sixth World in 5th edition Shadowrun. And specifically, we're going to be starting our look at the various kinds of spellcasters and how they interact with magic within the 6th World. But before we get into those details, if you're new here to the channel, then go on down there and hit that subscribe button and become a regular member here at the Gamer's Den. Or, if you've already listed yourself on such a legendary roster of people, then go on down to hit the like button and share the video far and wide to spread the word about the channel. But now, let's go ahead and start talking about mages. So, when it comes to mages, they're also known as magicians or hermeticians, and they believe in hermetic magic. That magic is a predictable and measurable force able to be controlled. They will emphasize precise formulas, academic methods, and rituals on their practice of magic, as well as a level of science or pseudoscience as the case may be. The point is that they will be formulaic, they will be methodical in their practice, and they will be fairly strict in their note-taking and their application of magic, the magical arts, and all of these scientific methods surrounding it. And as I said, what separates them from the other spellcasting classes such as adepts or shamans is that they believe magic is measurable and controllable, not some wild mystical force that they're tapping into that's a fundamental part of nature, or whatever inborn power it is that allows adepts to channel mana through their own bodies and enhance their physical properties. They will apply semi-scientific processes on rituals and learning, and because of their somewhat detached relationship with magic, they are not as personal with it as other casters are, such as the different shamans who might have a totem spirit that they gain their powers from and that they feed through their actions. There are also several different hermetic traditions, also called paradigms, particularly among the more corporate mages. Now, mages will also summon elementals and use hermetic ritual circles. Mages also will rely on their logic and willpower stats when they are performing their spellcasting and resisting drain. Drain is something that happens the amount of drain that you deal with depends on how much oomph, how much power and weight you put behind your magic, which is based off of your magic rating. So the higher you go, the more power you're putting out there, but the more risk you have of draining yourself. And if you really mess up, not only can the drain deal stun damage, but it can actually exceed into actual physical damage if you push a little too hard too far and botch your rolls. Magicians are also able to astrally perceive and project themselves, so they are able to enhance their senses and send them out further and see things that others without such a magically gifted sight cannot. Another thing to bear in mind when you're taking a look at mages can freely choose from the magical skills or skill groups, sorcery, conjuring, or enchanting. Magicians can also cast spells, conjure spirits, or enchant magical items. The other classes are somewhat limited or blocked off from an ability to do so. And at creation, mages may know a maximum number of formula for spells, rituals, and alchemical preparations equal to their magic rating times 2. So if you have a magic rating of 6, that's a maximum number of 12 spells, 12 rituals, and 12 alchemical preparations each. It's not all together, each. So 12 spells, 12 rituals, and 12 alchemical preparations. Certainly gives you a wide array of spells and abilities and things that you're able to do and perform. It's absolutely critical that you do that as well. It's critical that you get everything you can under your belt, because at character creation, these come to you a bit more freely, whereas afterwards it costs you karma to learn new spells, rituals, and formula. So definitely something that you want to keep in mind and definitely want to take advantage of early on. And something else to note, when it comes to mages in Shadowrun, they function in a similar fashion to magicians, wizards, and the like from Pathfinder and Dungeons and Dragons, in that they can be blasters or utility casters or some combination of both. Really, it all just depends on what your spell selection is going to be. And then there are different spell categories that you can select from that will help facilitate this, but that'll be something we cover another time after we kind of work our way through the different classes. But what do you think? Go on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts. Did I cover mages pretty well? For those of you who are veterans, you may be able to more reliably answer that, but if you're new here, let me know your thoughts, and if you're new to mages from Shadowrun, I should say, let me know if you feel like that this was helpful. I'd certainly hope so, but only way to find out is to get that all-important feedback. So go on down to the comments below and let me know your thoughts, and we'll engage in discussion. Hit the like or dislike button and we'll get everything rolling. And if you're new here to the channel, then go on down there and hit that subscribe button and become a regular member here at the Gamers Den. But with all that said, I've been your host, Jordan, your master of lore and storyteller extraordinaire. Thank you all so very much for your time, and you all have yourselves a good night.